Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live here on the Around the Point Network. This is another live edition of SAD. Something About Dynamite. This is basically your AEW Dynamite review from February 22nd, 2023. Today is February 23rd, 2023. It is Thursday. Good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am Steve, but I am not alone today. Big Mike can't be here today. But filling in for Big Mike is the good brother all the way from beautiful LA, California, the one, the only Chase Albert. Chase, what's going on, brother?
Nothing much. Just enjoying my lunch break. Gonna be talking about Dynamite.
Exactly, man. Thank you for thank you for filling in today, man. I know Mike couldn't be here today. But thank you for being in, man. I appreciate that. A lot that you could be doing your lunch right now. You could be relaxing in your car, reading a book, going through social media. But here you are joining me talking about AEW Dynamite. Thank you. Appreciate that. And thanks to all of you out there as well, tuning into the chat, taking the time out of your precious day to come listen to us. We have Safet in the chat. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Chase, last night's Dynamite, there was supposed to be an important announcement made by Tony Khan. An important announcement. So
Huge.
important that everyone was wondering what was it going to be. There was a lot of anticipation, right? People were already saying Forbidden Door number 2. Probably a new acquisition to the roster. A new working relationship. There's so many ways you could have gone about. Oh, that he was going to challenge Ariel Helwani to a fight.
Oh, that would have been the best announcement. I would have loved that. That would have been great, actually.
No, so instead, we'll just get this out of the way now. Right?
Oh, we're not gonna be like Tony. Wait until before the main event.
I mean, we could, but unlike Tony, if we're gonna make you wait, at least it's gonna be something big. Unlike Tony, we love Tony here. We love Tony, but even we have to admit that there's sometimes, there's some news that are just stinkers. Just complete utter stinkers, and sometimes it happens. What can we say, man? Sometimes it's very unfortunate, but yeah, man. We got Brandon Brown in the chat. Biggest letdown ever. Yeah, man. Tell us about it. You know what's funny, dude? I fell asleep.
Oh, you fell asleep?
So after the announcement was put in, I fell asleep.
Oh, you didn't watch Evil Uno and Moxley?
Listen, man. I rewatched it today at work. I rewatched it. I'm like, yeah, thank God I didn't watch this live. Thank God I did not watch this live. There's a lot of people out there. Yeah, Evil Uno in the fucking main event. Evil fucking Uno in the main event of their flagship show, AEW Dynamite. It could have been given to someone else, right? Not the opportunity to somebody else. But we'll get into all that and so much more here today, guys, here on the on SAD, on Something About Dynamite. But guys, listen, we know there's some of you out there who thought Dynamite was pretty good. And that's fine too. Dropping in the chat, what did you like? What did you not like? And we'll read it here on the air. We'll read it here. All right. But let's get into this, Chase. So the show opened up with the All Atlantic Championship match between Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta, two former allies. So they say, right? They're both, well, Wheeler Yuta was part of the whole Best Friends at one time, and then he joined the Blackpool Combat Club. Some would say it was for the better for young Wheeler Yuta. I thought overall for an opening match, that was pretty good. It went long, as you would expect, right? There's a moment in the match where Claudio, I almost call him Cesaro. Sometimes I can't help it, right? He comes out and he slaps Wheeler Yuta to like step out of it, get into this fucking match, win the fucking belt. It looked like he was, right? With the near falls and all that, but when it was all said and done, Orange Cassidy pulled it off and got the win. Your thoughts on the match, Chase?
That was a good opener. I mean, it's Wheeler Yuta, it's Orange Cassidy. I don't know where it's leading to. Like, I'm not really into a whole best friends versus Blackpool Combat Club feud, but I don't know. But the match was fine. I mean, it's what you expect from Wheeler Yuta. He's a good wrestler, and then Orange Cassidy. He doesn't do the lazy gimmick anymore. He kind of now is a good wrestler since being All Atlantic champion. I I feel like we need to start getting actual contenders for that All Atlantic belt. I feel like that was a thing. Like Wheeler Yuta, this kind of felt like maybe you could have saved this for the pay per view. To be honest, like you could have done this match at Revolution,
Exactly.
unless we're gonna go ahead and try to do Cesaro versus Orange Cassidy. But I don't
Nope.
think you would want Cesaro, who's your Ring of Honor World Champion, to be losing to Orange Cassidy like that. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good for what it was worth. And just like you, I agree. I feel like they could have done this on the pay per view, or if you know what, because let's be honest here, the pay per view card. If we're looking at this, we're not looking at it right now. We don't have it on us right now as we speak. Kind of like it's kind of right now. That pay per view card. There's nothing really that excites me about it so far. And I know next week we're probably gonna get into predictions and all that stuff. But nothing really on that card that really just screams that catches my attention. Um, Brandon writes here, biggest letdown ever, but we get Adam return. The BCC going heel by double or nothing could very well be. Could very well
No, they
be.
should be heels.
Is Brian even a member of the BCC anymore? LOL. I
Feels like
mean,
that's the thing. He feels like he's in a different universe.
it is right. Like you would think, like near the end of the show, when everybody was brawling with one another, that he would come on out and make the save or help out his comrades. No, nothing of that matter at all. Which was what can you say, right? After the match, Cassidy went to hug Yuta, but Claudio yelled to Yuta away. Uh, Ricky Starks came out after all this, right? With an open contract for Revolution, saying he was moving on from Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho came out and followed by Peter Avalon, who teased answering the challenge but got taken out by Jericho. Eventually, Chris Jericho signed the contract and adds something else to the whole thing, right? That the JAS will be barred from ringside. So it was a little reverse psychology. So basically, Jericho got worked into signing this contract. He got worked into it. As far as the segment goes, um, you knew they were going with this from the moment they started this whole program, right? The moment where Ricky Starks lost to the every member. Well, he had that gauntlet match where he lost, right? Eventually to Daniel Garcia, right? You knew, okay, they're gonna probably do this at Revolution. Um, I don't know what the fuck Jericho was wearing. It looks ridiculous as all hell. And he looks old as shit too, man. A man started looking his age now. He's starting to look his age. Like, damn,
Yeah,
homie.
yeah, he went on that diet. It's like when you go on a diet, you lose all that weight. People telling you look good, and Jericho bought into it. Like, oh yeah, I look great. I look great. Now, and then he went back to his bad habits. I saw him on the Jericho cruise. He was drinking and sinning as Fozzy songs and stuff. So yeah, that's what happened. Jericho just backtracked a little bit, and that's why he's looking the way he's looking. He does not look like how he did a few months ago, and it's because once you get healthy, and trust me, I've been in that road too. You get skinny, you feel good, and then you feel like I can eat all this, I can eat all that, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, the weight comes back on. So
It does,
yeah,
yeah.
he ain't looking good. I just hate this feud. I feel bad for Ricky Starks that he's kind of in this feud. I know Chris Jericho overhears this, he'll block me on Twitter. That's fine, I don't care. When it comes down to it, it just makes no sense why Ricky Starks is so adamant on facing Jericho here again. He beat Jericho. There's no reason. If anything, this should be like Action Andretti in this situation. Why is Ricky Starks here? What did he do to deserve this feud? Like I talked about getting all Atlantic contenders going. Why not Ricky Starks? Why don't we go with Ricky Starks as the number one contender to the All Atlantic title? Why is he feuding with Jericho?
I
Like
think what it is
I don't
too.
know. It's
People will
one
say
of those things where like I always say with Jericho feuds in AEW, they don't benefit anyone but Jericho, and it doesn't matter at the end of the day who beats Jericho because Jericho will still be at the same star level. Like he doesn't really progress or make anyone better because like you can name me all his feuds and I'll say, okay, who got better because of the feud, Jericho or the other person? And 9 times out of 10, you're probably saying Jericho. I mean, look at Claudio. Jericho, didn't he just lose ROH title to Claudio? What the fuck is Claudio doing? The
Exactly.
Ocho has a match at the pay-per-view. Claudio don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Claudio kind of became an afterthought. Like, now we don't even see Ring of Honor titles on TV anymore. It's like, unless you're watching Dark or Rampage. So that's why it's like, this feud for Ricky, it's like one of those things where it's just like, not only are you stuck in the Jericho pit where you're just feuding with Jericho just to feud with Jericho, it's like, now, now like, if Ricky wins, who cares? Jericho will still be in a featured feud next pay-per-view, and Ricky Starks, maybe he gets a TNT title shot. Maybe he goes for the All Atlantic title. I don't know.
Exactly. Try out here to see Peasy because, bro, I don't. If you can read body language, his face, his whole expression said it all. He did not. There's a lot of places he would have rather been than be there in Arizona. Like Ricky Stark did not want to be there at all. It's like he's probably. And again, I don't know exactly how long is left on Ricky's contract with AEW. I don't have a clue. For all I know, it's probably a couple months, maybe a year. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure right now he's counting it down. He's like,
It was Red Cody at Royal Rumble. Maybe
yeah,
once you join the roller coaster again.
yeah, like Cody, I'm on my way. Fuck all this shit. I know Cody putting in the good word. I'm almost there, right? Walter in the chat. Look at this. Walter, all of Jericho's feuds just tend to go on for too long. Yeah, they tend to do so. What can I say, right? But that's what happened, right? It was basically the whole thing where Ricky Stark got Jericho to get this match going. And there was that. And people, for whatever reason, right? They went crazy for Jericho doing this with a pen.
Because of the list.
I know that, but it's like, really?
Yeah, it's because of the list. That's why. Come on, Steve.
And
Get your
also,
wrestling knowledge up.
and I like the fact, this is a little small detail. Ricky Stark had a pen on him. Jero's like, oh, but I
Yep.
don't have a pen. But I do. That's the one thing. Every guy should always carry with him a pen because you never know what you're going to sign. You just never know. Tip for all the dudes out there. Moving on.
There's no way you can carry a pen in your pocket everywhere you fucking go.
I have it in my car, bro. It's either been in my
No,
car or
in
just
the car. Okay. Okay.
my blazer. Like, here you go. Got
Blazer.
you.
What are you wearing a blazer at an airport for?
You never know, man. Hey, listen, maybe I travel first class or travel business. You just never know.
You work there.
No, not really. I mean, I carry a pen with me, like on my jacket, right? I have a
weed
pen.
pen or actual pen?
No, a writing pen. that too, But
What are you talking about here?
From there we got the Acclaimed versus Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. Now, I thought they were being called. I thought he went back to being called Bill Morrissey. Like it feel like there's been this whole back and forth with his name, Big Bill, or Bill Morrissey, or Big Morrissey, whatever the fuck it is, right? Basically, Big Bill briefly got control. The guns come to ringside. By the way, they're at ringside and they attack their dad. They attack their dad and shit. It was a good back and forth for what it was worth. But when it was all said and done, the Acclaim got the win. Also, I forgot to mention this. Before the match, Max Caster did cut a rap. He did say that to Big Bill, hey, your girl texted me. She said that you're SAWFT. Got a pop out of the crowd. Your thoughts, Chase, on this?
Basic tag match, but they claimed and the firm. Nothing really to write home about. I hope they do something with this firm tag team a little bit more than just being enhancement guys. I think Lee Moriarty has improved a lot. Obviously, Big Bill, he's got himself into tremendous shape, so he looks like he's ready to go to be a big player for them. Like, I hope both guys are big players for AEW down the line. But yeah, this was just like standard filler. The freaking Guns, they remind me of the Basham brothers, bro. Like, you just need a random heel tag team to win the belts. You give it to the fucking Basham brothers. That's what the Guns feel like, dude. They don't really feel like the tag team champions. It almost feels like they're just like the perfect transitional tag team champions for like, and the way that this Fatal 4-Way may be setting up, it might be their claim being the only baby faces in that whole tag team Fatal 4-Way. So yeah, yeah. So it was
Could very well
fine.
be.
This definitely was not AEW fans tag team match. They did not like this one bit.
They did not. It was. It didn't go
This is
long.
a Fed match if I've ever seen one.
I'm pretty sure the guy who was ringside probably produced the match.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure. Reading some comments here. Ricky Starks was at the Royal Rumble, and maybe he enjoyed the show. Yes, maybe so. Maybe
It was a good show. Rumble was good. I like that show.
yes. Steve always dressed up for any occasion. Yeah, I guess so. Especially for work. Wait till Vegas, bro. I say this rap was one of Matt Caster's best in a while. It's up and down from time to time. Some raps are hit and miss. I will say.
Yeah, yeah.
The Acclaimed are still crazy over. Props to them. Exactly. The Guns. The Guns just there to for FTR to win, so Tony can make them resign.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. I always forget about the FTR thing. Yeah, maybe the Guns are winning.
We'll
What
see.
Basham brothers, bro? Though.
AEW is reaching WCW levels of drivel with so many people. Jericho, Regal. Well, Regal isn't there anymore. Let's
Yeah,
just
Regal's backstage at WWE now.
yeah. Wright, Anderson, Sting. Well, if you
Dude,
meant
wait, how he don't say Jeff Jarrett? That's disrespectful, there, man. You
come
gotta
on,
you gotta do JEFFJARRET. Come on,
the chosen one.
yeah, 2000. He was the king of WCW 2000. Come on,
Exactly. Chosen one. I wish it came out to that theme song, but it is what it is.
dude. The TNA theme is now the main theme everyone knows them as. Come on.
I know. The Guns. I read that already. So, yeah, there was also there. The crowd was crazy the whole night. If it looked like a sold out arena, finally, it looked like So that was good for them also.
I think how many times have they been in Arizona? They don't go to Arizona that much.
I
Like
think
it's like what people talk about when they go to like markets they haven't been to that much. You're going to get those jam packed arenas. Like even LA. Like even if this card came to LA, I don't know if I would have gone, but it would have been sold out for them just because like they barely come. So people are going to be like, oh well, at least I go this and that. So I think it's because the fact they haven't been to Arizona all that much. It's the reason why. And Brian Danielson, he's kind of an Arizona transplant. Don't him and Bree have a house in Arizona? I remember that from Total Divas.
I think they do, yeah. And I think also you got to
Yeah,
remember
maybe they thought Bree was coming out. Maybe they all came. They're like, oh, Bree, Daniel Bella's coming out there.
exactly. You can look, but you can't touch.
Yeah. No, she's
So
Bree mode.
yeah,
Bree.
yes.
Bree. That was her theme song.
Yes, the Jeff Jarrett, former WCW champion and US champion, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
he both at the same time, right? You did the Booker
Yes.
T?
Yeah, you did. What's up, Dolores? How are you? Um, After this, Tony Schiavone comes out. He's at the ring. He's at the stage area, right? And
This
everyone
is
thought at this moment, everyone thought,
I thought it was an announcement.
I thought here come the announcement. Here it comes. And no, instead he brings out Christian Cage. Brings out Christian Cage. Yeah. And immediately Jack Perry attacks him. Jack goes for the concerto, but he takes too long. And
Thinking about it, he's
he
conflicted. He doesn't know if he really wants to
exactly
hurt him.
doesn't want to pull the trigger. Doesn't want to pull that fucking trigger and just do it, right?
Weakness.
Weakness. It's not enough dragon energy, you know. Um, and instead, Christian low blows him. His experience right there in these situations, he took advantage of it, hit him with the low blow, whacked him literally with the chair multiple times on his head. You kind of get the idea, right? Um, and obviously, Jungle Boy bled. So there you go, your first blood of the night. led by Jungle Boy, or Jack Perry, whatever you want to call him. I don't know what's left on Christian's deal either, because they did say multi-year. Multi-year can mean a lot of things.
Oh, you missed time because of injury, so you know they're going to tack on the injury time too. So,
Okay. So
what
that
you
being
think? You think he's ready to go join Edge? He's going to go fight the Judgment Day?
no. But again, there's talks of Edge retiring, and I know Don Tony said this on his show, and I was listening to it on my way to work today. He did say that, hey, Edge is retiring. Right, this is his last year. It'd be nice for like the one again. We don't know how long is on Christian's contract, right, with AEW, or does he have like Regal that that opt out option? We don't know, right?
I feel with Christian, he's the safest guy that you can do like a trade with. Because didn't WWE trade him to TNA for one night just so that way he can be in the ring and stuff?
Yes, for Ric
For Ric
Flair,
Flair,
so
yeah,
to be
for
in the
Ric
Hall of
Flair's Hall
Fame.
of Fame purposes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for like the one time, match, tag team.
Edge almost went to AEW. He used AEW as leverage. Remember, he in his documentary he was like, "Oh, I went to the other company," and then WWE was like, "Oh, wait, you can wrestle."
Exactly.
maybe he has good relations with TK. I think Edge does. I think for Edge he would do it.
Yes, maybe so. And then we get a video package that recap everything that happened between Samoa Joe and Wardlow, right?
Oh,
Joe
I didn't
spoke
even get
about
my thoughts on this Jungle Boy segment. Steve, great.
my
You didn't
bad.
like this, huh?
Your thoughts. Okay, Chase, your thoughts.
I liked it. I thought it was good. Great aggressiveness. Jungle Boy and Christian. I kind of give this feud a pass, even though it's been going on for so long. I give it a pass because Christian got hurt at a random time, and then they had to do that quick match, and then the Luchasaurus turn was random as hell, and then the Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy steel cage match that was really damn good. And then now it's like, we're finally going to get this match with Christian. My only thing is what's going to be the stipulation, because it's one of those things like you got to have like a super hardcore stipulation, but will that kind of bleed into the Texas death match that's also happening at Revolution? I don't know. Maybe Tony Khan decides to do Christian and Jungle Boy Jack Perry on Rampage. Do lights out unsanctioned on Rampage type of deal. Because I don't know. I just feel like it'd just be too much if you do the same style match in the same night, death match, and then what? Because Jungle Boy and Christian, they're for sure going to do like a hardcore style match. But who knows? AEW fans like the hardcoreness, so yeah.
Now, I'm not sure. Well, again, Revolution is literally next Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Are they gonna do like a special live Rampage or a special? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they? So maybe on that episode, maybe they do it.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
fine.
saying. Yeah.
So there's again, I like the segment too. I liked it for what it was. But again, just one of those things where you kind of wish, like, again, with Edge retiring this year, right? For the one time, but maybe a deal can be made. We shall wait and see, right? But again, everyone thought when Tony Schiavone came out, oh, here comes the announcement. Here we go. You got to present Tony Khan, right? And I guess Tony Khan would have gone on stage and put over Tony Schiavone, even though he kind of did bury him on Twitter a couple of weeks. Was it last Friday? He did kind of bury him, right?
No.
So there's that. I did mention the video package of Samoa Joe and Wardlow. Joe spoke about cutting off Wardlow's hair, about his dad, and all that stuff. I still don't care for the feud. I still don't care at
This
all,
dude
man.
stinks.
I like Wardlow. I like the guy.
I do too.
But it's just not it. It's not it at all, man.
He should be in the. Don't they normally do at Revolution the face of the Revolution ladder match? Where's that? Where's that this time around?
It's a good question, man. I don't know what's going on. I mean,
Don't they normally have the Sonic ring ready? You got to grab the brass ring. Like this should be where Wardlow's in the face of the Revolution ladder match, and he's going like, "All right, well, it's time to add to Wardlow's world. I already won the TNT title. I now want the AEW World title, Wardlow." And then everyone's like, "Wardlow, Wardlow," but nothing, man. We don't even get no face of the Revolution. Not even a battle royale. I feel like he's going to add that next week too. Knowing Tony Khan, he's going to add that next week because he's like, oh, you know how he is.
I'm sure he will. Hopefully, not that he told us anything. You know what I mean? Not that he would tell us.
I mean, yeah, you don't tell us shit.
Exactly. As of late, I know. Busy guy. I know. I understand. He's very busy. From there, we had a quick match between Saraya and Sky Blue. Yeah, the less we say about this, the better.
But Saray in the ring, I don't know, man. It's kind of like Ronda Rousey in MMA. Like she hasn't improved whatsoever. When Ronda Rousey was going through all the women, and then all the women actually like improved their skills, and Ronda Rousey's like, nah, I'll just still hip toss people and put them in arm bars. That's Saraya, bro. Like she's still like stuck in 2013. Like, oh no, what I do is still crazy, and it's like, bro, like these women have evolved in the ring, and like you're still at the same level you were like in 2013, 2014. Like, I get it, she's missed time because of injury, but it's just, man, she is just so herky jerky in there, man. It's like you watch Sky Blue and it's like, oh wow, Sky Blue, she's actually pretty damn good. And then you watch Saray and you're like, what, like, huh? Like she can't even do the page turner anymore. Like she literally did that, and Excalibur's like, oh, Sky Blue got dropped on her head. I was like, yeah, she did. What
She
else
did.
happened?
Yeah, exactly. What else
Yeah,
happened?
no, but it's like, yeah, she did. Like, but it's like he didn't even know what that was. Like, yeah, this,
You know
I
what
don't
it
know.
is?
Her in ring, and the thing is people are gonna be like, maybe it's her style change. It's like, no, like Ruby Soho wrestles kind of the same style, and she's improved. And then even Jamie Hayter, Jamie Hayter more of a strong style type wrestler, but even Jamie Hayter wrestles a more grounded, style and stuff. And it's just like she's greatly improved. And it's like Saraya, she's just stuck in her like, oh, I know what works. This is my house. I do what I do.
Exactly. I'm curious to know what the reign's gonna be. Because I'm telling you now,
I
man.
think we said 850K, right? That's our well, according to TNT, TBS, they get 4 million. They get 4 million.
Yeah, 4 million viewers. Yeah, 4 million.
That caused wrestling Twitter to be upset. I'm like, guys, he's talking about like 4 million unique viewers. He's adding in like if you go on the Watch TBS app, if you if you watch it on DVR, you're watching
DVR.
Twitch. Like that's the thing. He's not talking about Nielsen rated, but yeah, that pissed off wrestling Twitter. Like, no way it gets 4 million viewers.
Exactly. Uh, let's see here. Reading in the comments here. Will Chisholm writes here. This feels like this three-way women's match feels like a way to put the title on Paige without pinning Jamie. We know Tony loves Paige. So
It
yeah,
kind of does.
the Joe Wardlow, if you need a talk segment in ring.
Oh no, that'd be horrible. You gotta put Wardlow in the ring with Joe. Joe will massacre him on the mic. Joe will be like, and Wardlow, when I put my hands around your neck, you're gonna feel pain for the first time in your life. And Wardlow's just gonna be all like, well, you're in Wardlow's world now. And in Wardlow's world, I don't feel pain.
Props to AEW. Props to AEW fans. They tried their best to defend this crappy women's division every week. I
Oh,
mean,
they
has there
love
been
it.
though? How did the Freakazoid from last night? Because again, I wasn't really that much on Twitter besides our group chat, right? Have they, gone out and praised the match or praised Soraya?
They're very praising that Tony is long term booking this women's storyline. They're saying, oh, he had Ruby to the match. Now Ruby gets to decide which side is she on. You know them. They're forcing the narrative in there.
Soraya is from Norwich, not Kiev. Chase.
Oh, Keith, was I trying to do a Keith impression?
Yes,
This is my house. I just do whatever she sounds like on TV.
Soraya is just name value at this point. She brings nothing new to the table, and I agree with that with Walter
Yeah,
100%.
no, like I said, if you watch a match from 2014, I'm not trying to diss or anything like that. And like everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Chase, that's so disrespectful." And I'm like, no, guys, watch a match from 2014 and watch Sky Blue match. You'll be like, yeah, she hasn't improved. Like she's literally wrestling the same. Like I'm not saying do her Karanas or La Mysticas
Poison
or some
Rana.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like you gotta at least like adapt. You can't just keep doing like it just feels like her style is just the same. Like nothing about her matches are like, oh holy shit, like she's really go like for example, like Mercedes Verano. Mercedes wrestled Kairi Sane, and it was like one of those matches where like, when they got to the speed up process, it was like, holy shit, Mercedes is so much better now. Like she added the lucha style, she's crazy and stuff. Like Saraya, and the thing is too, Saraya's been training like that. Like a lot of people, I don't hear people say, oh, she hasn't been trained. She's been training. So I don't know why her style is still like stuck in 2014. It just makes no sense.
I know, man.
She
It's
has a
still
good
the
theme
same.
song though. At least she has a good theme song.
She does. She does. She does have a good theme song.
Oh,
After
so
this,
hold up,
Ruby's
hold up, hold up. The device is overheating. I gotta maybe go on a walk real quick.
go for a walk. Okay, Chase going for a
Yeah,
walk.
I'll be here. I'll be here. I'm just gonna make sure the device don't die on me, man.
Oh, we don't want that now. We don't want that. But you got their coffee?
Black coffee, baby. That's all I drink.
Okay. Okay. Um so after this, Ruby Soho comes out. And you think she's gonna, make a save or do something. No, she's like she's looking at Jamie Hayter, who's there also, right, with Britt Baker. And she's basically saying she wants a title shot. So later on in the night, Jamie Hayter says that it's gonna be a three-way, right? Between her and Saraya and also Ruby Soho for the AEW Women's Championship. Now, while all this is happening, you see Britt Baker behind her having like a look on her face. It's as if we might see a turn, right? I don't know. It feels that way. Guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know. Um, Britt versus Jamie Hayter should have been the feud that everyone wants to see, but when Saraya came in, it ruined everything. You can make that argument, yes. Um, it's to the point that some of the women in NXT is better than Paige. Eh, I guess you can say that. Most of the women in NXT are better than Paige. Okay. So Rhea's pace is slow. People forget she comes from the Diva era, not the Four Horsewomen era. No, but if I remember, wasn't she the anti-diva? Just saying. I mean, I want to point that out. Chase might come on in a bit, so let's see if that happens. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. After this, we get Brian Danielson who comes to the ring and he recapped his hatred for Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. MJF comes out and explains why he hates Brian Danielson. He's upset that Danielson constantly is injured but manages to overcome the odds. MJF promises to hurt Brian and even tells his kids that he will send them home with an early onset CTE. There was more to it too. There was more to it. Um, there's also the fact that Brian has a family. MJF doesn't have a family, husband, wife, kids, and all that stuff. That was also added to this too. And they ended up brawling. We've seen this before, right? They're brawling. Security comes in, they break them up, and then one escapes, and they continue brawling back and forth. We've seen this before, people. We've seen this already. Um, I enjoy, and Chase is back. And he's back. Hey, you're back, buddy.
Yeah, I found a office we're not using in my thing where I'm not making too much noise and stuff. That's the problem about living in California. Here, the car gets too hot.
It happens, man. It happens. So I was talking about the whole MJF and Brian and the segment, the brawl. I talked about how MJF, doesn't like Brian because Brian gets hurt but overcomes the odds. He talks about how Brian has a family, but MJF doesn't have that as far as significant other and children, right? And all that stuff. Um, and they ended up brawling. We've seen this before where security comes in, they break them up. And then they continue to go back at it, back and forth, and all that stuff. This is to get people more excited for the match, right? And I'm sure they're gonna have a great match, right? All you want. But let me ask you, Chase, are you excited for the match at all? Did this get
Uh,
you excited
I
or
mean,
hyped up or, anything like that?
I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not like excited for it. Like it's kind of like, it's gonna be good. Like it's Danielson. MJF is really underrated in the ring, an hour long for, both these guys. Like Danielson knows how to tell stories, man. Like people forget that. Like he learned that during his time in the WWE, and MJF is really good at that kind of stuff. So like you saw the dog collar match with CM Punk. Hell, him and Punk, didn't they almost go like an hour when they had those two matches where it was like where him and Punk for the first time they had those. It was one match. MJF won via cheating because he used the rope, and then later on they're like, oh no, we got to restart. And so him and Punk went almost like an hour too. So I have no doubt the match is going to be good. It's just I just know MJF are going to win. Like unless like because they haven't built up Brian to the point where I'm like, yo, Brian can actually win this. No, he's just beating up like Konosuke Takeshita and Bandito. That doesn't make me say, oh yeah, this guy's gonna beat MJF. Now
Yeah.
beat up John Moxley, beat up Heyman Page. Do what Tony Khan used to do, where he used to intertwine storylines and stuff like that. Had it if he was beating Heyman Page and then beating up John Moxley or beating up Kenny Omega, then I'm saying, oh, okay, yeah, Brian has a chance actually. But now, no, not really. So
Yeah. It's like, okay, we needed something to, get people, into the match.
how we
We
going
need
to get it? It's like WWE with their pay per views. How can we get people to watch? Or like with WrestleMania, how can we? Because the thing is, a lot of people need to understand Tony Khan only does 4 of these damn pay per views a year. So he needs a match where it's like, okay, not only will my fan base watch, but how can I get new fans to order? So
let's bring in Brian Danielson. People know it. Who casuals will know is Daniel Bryan,
exactly.
right? People
Eh,
still do the right as crazy as it may be, right?
mhm.
And that's gonna get people to tune in and watch how my guy, who was built in my brand, is gonna beat him.
Yeah, and then or even vice versa, using you got to use your biggest names possible. I mean, look at and then a lot of people go like, no, 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 that's not the case, Chase. The first pay per view main events, who were they? It was Jericho both times. Jericho for the first pay per view, and then Jericho again. Jericho against Omega, and then Jericho against Heyman Page. And then you keep moving forward, it was Jericho and Moxley, Moxley, Moxley. And then he's at least always had like a huge name on top. Like, really, to be honest, the only time he's really done two like AEW originals battling each other, but those guys were built up, and Omega and Heyman Page. MJF, like, this is his first, like, I mean, his second main event, but look who he's facing, a familiar face, a face that people can know. It's like, hey, I'm ordering this pay per view because he's facing a guy that, like, I'm familiar with.
Facts,
Yeah.
big facts. Reading some comments here as well. Her matches against Summer Rae in NXT were good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that Paige didn't put on good matches. I'm just saying she hasn't evolved from those matches that we talked about.
I'm sick of security pull apart segments. How do brawl after he said he's going to give you CTE, but not after he talk to your kids.
Ryan takes the CT more seriously.
MJ gets MJ gets let's get entertaining. Everyone see every time you see him, the angle they're taking with the story doesn't call for the match to be an Iron Man match, in
That's
my
true.
opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird stipulation.
Yes, it really, really is.
It
I
almost feels
guess
like it's just like because like it feels like the stipulation should be like Brian is the one smarter than MJF and stuff like that. That should be the story. But Brian's not proving at all in the story that he's smarter than MJF because why did he say yes to doing all these MJF conditions and stuff like that?
facts.
Like if anything, it should have been the reverse, where Danielson is like the one saying, "Oh, you want to face me at Revolution? You want to prove a point? Oh, you want to prove you have to defend your world title these next 5 weeks?" I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, we're just wrestling fans. We're not Tony Khan, the greatest booker of all time.
exactly. We're not. I know he's not here, but we're not this amazing individual right here. We're not him. So
Oh, we're not.
he's not here right now. He's not here. I know he's busy right
He's
now.
very excited. He's having a good day.
Exactly. I agree with Chase. He needs to fight the Hangman's, Moxley's, evil Unos of the world.
Evil Uno.
Evil fucking Uno, baby.
Main event
MJF
Uno, bro.
main
Main
event
event.
Uno, bro. Oh man.
Main evented, yeah.
Exactly.
Man, I should ask
So
if I could turn this into my office, bro. It's pretty big, actually.
there you go. Good. Get yourself your own little desk, your little photos there, your
Look
little,
at that. Though it's just, I don't know why it has like a nice green screen too. So
great green screen. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I can turn it to green screen.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. From there we get the Revolution Tag Team Battle Royal. All you
We
need
knew
to
what
know
was
here.
happening.
Listen, I'm a sucker for battle royals. I am a sucker for battle royals. Yes. Yes. All you need to know here, yes, you had a lot of good names here, a lot of big tag team names, but when it's all said and done, nostalgia always wins, people. Nostalgia always wins, ladies and gentlemen. My cam froze there for a bit. I don't know why, but I was saying nostalgia always wins. Okay. JEFF.
Yeah, JARRET. No matter what
Yeah.
year it is, man, he always gonna find a way to get over.
Yes. Jeff Jarrett pulled it off and he won. Our boy Jeff Jarrett got it done, y'all. And Jay Lethal, of course. And Jay Lethal.
Yeah, Jay Lethal's there. He's kind of his tag team partner, right?
Yeah, he kind of is. Yeah, he kind of is. You know, they went there, they got the win, and good for them. And now they're going to be added into the tag team title match at Revolution. That should be fun. And then next week they're going to do a casino battle royal. Basically, everyone that didn't make everyone who didn't win, right? They're going to be added into the match, basically. And I can think of just one tag team to win this. It'll be the Joker, right? FTR. FTR.
Mm.
And AEW chased off their only draw. Jeff Jarrett, Ultimate Finesse. Sorry, Chris Bay. Finesser, yeah. Kind of. I feel bad, yo. I feel bad for Chris Bay. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
Impact is. I know he was a YouTuber back in the day. He used to review belts and all that shit, and he loved TNA. Probably loved TNA more than Alucard loved TNA back in the day, but that's beside the point. So after this, what else happened here? We had the big announcement.
Important.
The important announcement from
Couldn't
Tony
even be
Khan.
made in the ring. It was so important, bro.
So important. It wasn't made in the ring. Wasn't made not even on the entrance area. Right. So important that it was backstage. Not even Tony himself made the announcement.
Oh, he couldn't. He was all like, oh, I could do it, but he gave it out to someone else.
Instead, he gave it to Adam Cole. And Adam Cole basically announced, right, that they're gonna have a third hour, but it's gonna be a reality show on TBS called
And I'm back on top of the world. I'm back on top of the world. And I'm back on top of the world. The world. Ain't nobody stop me now. And Told Divas,
I
yeah.
forgot, dude. Like, holy shit.
I was Told
So
Divas theme song. Dude, it was a banger. Dude, Told Divas had some. Man, I gotta
oh,
rewatch
yes.
Told Divas. That shit was hilarious.
All I remembered that one episode where Tyson Kidd is in his living room and Natty like dressed nicely for the night, if you get what I'm saying, right? In a
He was
bikini.
wearing lingerie, yeah.
She was wearing lingerie and Tyson no sold it. Like
He goes like, "What are you wearing?"
like bruh.
I'm
Like
trying to watch Danielson versus Claudio.
like come on. Um what the fuck?
I mean, this is cool. I guess.
I mean, you think about. I feel like once you're with
I
someone
know
for
this
so
is what
long,
Warner wants, because Warner, they did that whole thing where, oh yeah, we want like more live action TV and stuff like that. So, and channels like TBS and TNT, even USA Network, like this is what they live off of, is that they love the reality TV because one, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than doing like hiring actors, filming, doing all the other stuff. Like days of getting like the Sykes, the Burn Notices, and all these other TV shows, they're like dead. Like nowadays, it's just cheaper. Like, hey, here's the camera, go follow these people around and see what their lives are and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be some scripted stuff, obviously. You gotta make the TV show somewhat entertaining, but it's easier to just, say, hey, Sammy Guevara, go piss off Ty Conti real quick. And then like having to do a whole acting scene and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's good for AEW to have this type of show. Like, I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
it's just more of the announcement, like hyping it up, making
Yes.
it seem like, oh, this is game changing for the networks. This isn't game changing for a lot of
AEW.
wrestling fans.
No, it's not. Now, again, just like you, Chase, I agree. Was it really an important announcement? No, it was not. I do feel like this is good for AEW
Mhm.
because, again, and I said this a long time ago, you know this already, and I think all of us said this in general within our circle here, that the important thing is eventually to get the eyes of the casual viewer.
Mhm.
And that's what this is going to do. Yes, I'm sure if you're the hardcore fan that loves the 30-minute classics, the high maneuvers and shit, this is not going to be for you. This is not going to be for you. But let's say you have a girlfriend, right? Or whatever it may be, that doesn't watch wrestling, right? This could be for them. I remember years ago, a girl that I was dating, she did not like wrestling at all, but she loved Total Divas.
Oh, dude, I can't tell you how many. This is a true story. When I was in class, I was on Twitter when Brian Danielson announced that he was coming back to wrestling the first time in WWE before WrestleMania, 34?
Yeah.
And this girl saw on my Twitter that she goes, "Oh, is that Brian?" I was like, "Oh, do you watch wrestling?" She goes, "No, I know him from Total Divas." Like, oh, I
Facts,
was like,
yo.
yeah, he's coming
Facts.
back to wrestle and stuff like that. She goes, no way, yeah, because like at that time, Total Divas was at the point where Brian Danielson just retired. She goes, did he just retire? I'm like, oh well, they're like the TV show that you're talking about. I think they're like a year and a half behind or 2 years behind. She goes, oh, that's crazy. So he's allowed back. They cleared him. I'm like, yeah. And she goes, oh, I wonder how Brianna feels about it. She said, so
Yeah.
it's true. Total Divas had a reach where it was just crazy about how many non-wrestling fans watched Total Divas.
Exactly. And from the looks of it, is going to be Adam Cole and Britt Baker. They're probably the main ones, right? They're going to take over what Brandy and Cody, what once we're on Rose to the Top, right? It's going to be probably Sammy and Ty. There's another couple in AEW, Jungle Boy and Anna Jay, right? They're a couple.
You know what? Why not Darby Allin? Darby Allin's interesting. You just follow his dumbass around and he'll
That
jump
too.
off
That too. And if you
waterfalls.
want to as well, Sky Blue and Dante Martin.
Okay, no, now we're pushing it. I don't think anyone's asking for Sky Blue and Dante Martin.
Imagine though. But you know what's
I
funny?
mean, maybe people are asking for Sky Blue. I don't think anyone's asking for Dante Martin.
I think it was Don Tony who said this today too. Basically, this is going to be TNA Reaction. Remember
Yeah.
TNA Reaction from back in the day?
Oh yeah.
And how long that lasted?
I don't know. The TNA Reaction just kind of felt like it was just like,
Put together because fuck it.
yeah,
You know
like
what I mean?
this one feels a little bit different because it just seems like, Warner looks at it and they see the numbers AEW gets for both Rampage and Dynamite, and they're just like, oh, they do well enough for us. Why not give them another show? Um, you know, get it clips, get social media. It's just more content and it's cheaper too. Like I said, it's not a TV show. It's not Animal Kingdom. It's not what other TNT show, TBS show they had. It's not a show where they have to spend a lot of money to film and stuff like that.
There you go. Adam Cole, Dr. Britt Baker, Sammy Guevara, Ty Conti, the Young Bucks, Saraya, Wardlow, and Eddie Kingston, along with Khan.
Oh, dude, we're gonna see Tony partying. You gonna
We're
build
gonna
snowmans?
drinking up the White Claws and shit, having a fun time. Oh shit!
Wardlow's gonna be like, "Hi, you're gonna follow me, and you're gonna see what my chicken sandwich meal's like.
Well, my
This is
workout
how I eat
routine.
chicken sandwiches in Wardlow's world."
This is how you're gonna see me today. Work the squat rack.
Oh, dude, yeah, Wardlow would probably be so boring. I bet you Wardlow's storylines are all because someone drank his protein shake. He's gonna be like, and I went in the locker room and I noticed my protein shake was missing, and I don't like when my protein shake is missing.
And you see like the music go up in the background, like
Dude. And then we come back from commercial. We hear, "This is war," and it's Wardlow just going around the locker room like, "Who drank my protein shake? Did you know who drank my protein shake? Sammy, did you drink my protein shake? Nah, man. Why would I drink your protein shake? Pretty sure you drink my protein shake."
on this
I feel bad for him.
season.
Hey, I
on,
like Wardlow. I've been harsh on Wardlow this
I know, I
episode.
know. I know. We all love Wardlow here. I wish him the best.
Oh, Steve, did you drink my protein shake? You don't drink
No,
my protein shake in
I drink
Wardlow's world.
I drink water in Wardlow's world, Mr.
In
Wardlow's
Wardlow's world.
in Wardlow's in Wardlow's world.
You know, some people call me a sex icon, a sex symbol.
In Wardlow's
That's what
world.
he was. Dude, Wardlow probably will say that episode 1. Watch this show be more damaging for Wardlow's career than Tony Khan's booking, because like everything we think of Wardlow just ends up being such a total tool on the show.
That what they said was in a Variety article. Well, Ambrose and Blade on the reality show.
You're gonna bill me for all access. This is all access. You're gonna be blading and stuff on the internet. You gotta type your things up on blading every week.
By the way, Spectrum Cable have the list of pay-per-views and they got the Forbidden Door on the list and says it's going to be on June 24th.
You know what I saw on that list too, Steve? I saw Spence versus Crawford.
Really?
I was like, no way.
No way. I gotta read. I have the list here.
It was on June. They said possibly. Like that was the only one in parentheses. Possibly Spence versus Crawford.
I did some research. To be determined, Spence versus Crawford, June, $75. Nah, I'm good, brother. I'm good.
What do you mean? That's worth $75. That's pound for pound.
May 6th, Canelo versus TBD. Probably
to be determined.
Probably him and who the guy that beat him again? The fucking the Russian dude that beat.
People has to face someone else. He's a mandatory.
Well, April 15th, they have your Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, you'll pay $75 for that.
I have ways. By the way, also Forbidden Door. Look at this my bad. Double or Nothing, May 28th.
All right, Steve. We gotta wrap up this Evil Uno versus Moxley match. I gotta clock back in.
Yeah, we do actually. Yes, and then we get the main event. Evil Uno versus Jon Moxley in the fucking main event. Listen, Jon Moxley is a former world champion, the MVP of AEW for 2022.
The ace of AEW.
Yes, he is the Tanahashi of AEW.
You're not Wardlow, though.
Not Wardlow's world. Right? Oh, look, even you're bleeding, Chase. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Even I'm bleeding.
Even you're bleeding. Oh, shit. Oh, man. The ace of AEW, right? He's been through the wars, what have you. He's been in WrestleMania, former WWE champion, everything that you can think of, right? And it's a matter of how the mighty has fallen.
What?
When he's wrestling Evil fucking Uno.
No, I just feel this was not. The match just made no sense. Like, this should have been Jon Moxley going out there. He should have just beat the crap out of Evil Uno. I don't know why Evil Uno was given all these hope spots. Like, we were giving Evil Uno like he was like prime Undertaker. Like I understand if Evil Uno is like being built up, he might be an All Atlantic or TNT title guy in the near future. But he's not. He's not even close to that level. Like, this should have been just a mollywhopping by Jon Moxley. Like we should have came back from picture in picture, and Jon Moxley's doing the.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, on Evil Uno, that should have been the thing. That should have been the visual, and it's just like, and to show how sick Jon Moxley has come. And then Jon Moxley goes for the cover 1, 2, and he lifts Evil Uno up. He goes, oh no! And then right when he was about to do the King Kong lariat, then Hangman Page comes out running, or his friends come out and they go, oh, hell no. Like, the fact that this was such a this is like sometimes what frustrates me is that, like, it's like, bro, you got to tell these wrestlers, man, sometimes it's better if you just keep it simple. Like, why is Evil Uno getting a competitive match with your world champion? It makes no sense.
No sense at all, Chase. Makes no fucking sense at all. And
You know what makes sense? Wardlow's World, though.
Wardlow World makes a lot of sense. Absolutely.
Who
La la la
drank that protein shake?
la 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 la. Wardlow's
Wardlow's
World.
World.
Exactly. Hey mom, hey dad, I don't want to go to Disney World. I want to go to Wardlow's World. That's where I want to go. The ultimate experience. But yeah, man, they bled. Of course they will. Evil Uno bled. Let's put it this way, right? They just give this guy some hope, right? Not
Yeah,
needed. Should have been a squash, complete squash.
should have
It's
been a
not.
squash, man.
Obviously Moxley yanked in the choke, right? He had him locked in, twisted him around, dude was gushing out blood, right? And the referee stopped the match, right? He still had the choke on, and out came Silver and Reynolds of the Dark Order, right? To break this whole thing up, and then out came the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club. It was
What a
Claudio.
friend Hangman is. He wouldn't come out unless his theme song played. He said, "Play." I don't even know if that was a theme song that played. Some random music played when he came out.
Exactly.
Wasn't the song that I know.
I know it's not Tony. What the fuck were we doing? You know, if you're gonna debut a new song, do it at the pay-per-view, not on a fucking random episode of Dynamite.
And where you can barely hear it too. You don't even know if it's a new theme. But yeah, what a friend.
And then Hangman came out with barbed wire wrapped around his hand, punched Moxley around, and he bled, and that's how we ended the show. That was Dynamite in a nutshell, man. Listen,
I thought this episode storyline was much better than what you normally get from Dynamite, but in ring wise, it was a little bit lackluster.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the
All right,
wrestling.
Steve, I gotta actually clock back in. So,
all right, brother, take your time. Thank you for filling in for Big Mike.
No worries,
Appreciate
Steve.
you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, by the way, well, there he goes. I'm sure Chilling with Chase will be on this Saturday. Chilling with Chase on here on the Around the Point Network. I thought the wrestling was good. The storyline though, if you will. So there's that. That storyline was good, but the wrestling was kind of, you know, you kind of get the idea. It was all over the place, and then you had the announcement that people were being promised, and they let us all again. It wasn't a letdown. I don't hate the announcement that Tony made. I get it. It was basically them being contractually obligated to do this because Warner wants them, and that's cool for them. They're getting another show. So there's that also. All right. But guys, let us know in the chat your thought. Oh, let me know this because I'm not by myself here. Your thoughts on the show as a whole and all that fun stuff. They added more shows to Revolution. We'll do predictions next week on that. Did they give you guys a little heads up? Tomorrow, Around the Point, we'll be going live at 6 p.m. because tomorrow, Impact Wrestling is having a pay-per-view. So we'll be joining the brothers over on the True Heel Heat wrestling channel for the watch along. So there's that. Just in case for you guys to know. But I do want to take this time to thank Chase Oliver. Chase for stepping in. Mike couldn't be here today. And he basically filled in for Mike. But Mike will be back in the upcoming days. He'll be back. All right. But again, guys, if you are new to the Around the Point Network, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media and all that fun stuff. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. All right. Say what? We getting some Impact stream? It won't be here though. We'll be watching the pay-per-view, but on the True Heel Heat wrestling channel. The watch along. Yes, it'll be an Impact, Rampage, and SmackDown watch, but I'll be mostly watching the Impact stuff. We do have some plans though. We'll keep you guys updated on that in the future. All right. But that's gonna be it for me. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in. All right. You guys have been awesome as always. All right. For myself, for Chase, for the gang, for everyone out there. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Around the Point on the Around the Point Network. Goodbye and good night. Bang. Wardlow's World.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.